I go and I'm going to sleep. Oh damn, this ain't okay. Sit up here. Shit, I want to come on live like one more good time before I end up chilling and just watching some horror and going to sleep or whatever. Just want to come back on, you guys. Today, I woke up real late. I mean, I stayed up surprised by, I'm gonna say, late last night. Then end up waking up at like 2 in the morning, stepping outside for a little while. Then end up going to sleep. Woke up at like 12, cause all I've been doing is really not really getting no rest. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and sleep. Um, I ain't gotta be up for nothing, so I was just sleeping, honey. Cause all I do was work and not really be having a good time. So I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and go, you know, go to sleep for as long as possible. And really, I should be going get some wine or something so I can just be sipping on. I'm thinking I should, cause it's Saturday. Why not? Why not have something to drink? Drink on. So that's what I'm thinking about. I probably should go ahead and stop by the stove, give me something to sip on. Cause I kind of want to get that salt of the earth wine, girl. Oh, damn, y'all! Beyonce is on tour again, and I just saw a video of her looking real frantic on stage because um, somebody forgot to mark her spot on stage, and she was kind of looking like real like stressed and nervous on stage. And when I saw what she was waiting for, what she was looking frantic about, that damn machine on stage, I was like, damn, they forgot to mark Beyonce's spot on stage. I'm like, them machines could have really have done damage to her physically, like for real, for real. I mean, people had, even though it's not funny, some people had, y'all remember her saying somebody's getting fired, like somebody messed up like lighting on the stage before when she was on the I Am World Tour. I'm like, that shit is crazy. Like she was looking for the mark on the stage and stuff like that, making sure she wouldn't get hit. That shit is important. So I don't blame her if somebody got fired, because bitch, that could have seriously done damage to her. She got them kids to raise. Fuck being an artist. Fuck being a performer. Shit, she still gotta live after that shit is done. You still gotta go home when all of it is done. And she's a woman of a particular age now. So, she probably ain't gonna heal as it won't heal as fast, So whoever the stage manager, with Beyonce while she's on the I said Carter tour, Cowboy Carter tour, y'all get it together, cause that woman still need to be here for her children, okay? If anything. Hi, what's up? I ain't got time for that. And ooh, I know it takes a lot to be one performer, and then you having this vision, and you want other people to see your vision that you have in your head, and to go on stage and have mishaps like that could really seriously do damage to you. Hell no. Mm-mm. And girl, I'm like, damn, Beyonce stay on tour, don't it? Beyonce, she's definitely stays on tour, but it's what she loves to do. So when you love to do something, it really don't feel like a job. So why not? Why not? So where you from? Mississippi. Your hair real? Yes, my hair is real, girl. Yes, my hair is real. It's mine. I'm a butch queen, girl. Butch queen, honey. Yes, y'all get up in here. Tap the screen, share the live. You might not stay, but somebody else might. But yeah, Beyonce's back on tour and giving y'all hell, and Blue Ivy is doing her thing because she got her fans as well. I wouldn't say I'm a part of the Beehive or nothing, but I do love Beyonce more so her older stuff that I connected with more. You know, I don't be delusional about people or putting artists and stuff on pedestals and stuff. They're still human, but she do her thing. I mean, she's still like one of the hardest working, if not the hardest working performer, of this generation, because yeah, and she still have that fire. So that's what I love about Beyonce too. So yeah, she was. They had that video on her. They didn't make sure that they do their markers right because they could have seriously hurt that woman. Mm-mm. Say hi. Like, thank you. Yes, but this the title of my live is called "That Shit Gay as Fuck." Hashtag "That Shit Gay as Fuck," and I be talking about assortment of things. Of course, gay things, but some things I just like to talk about, and some random things I might talk about. So, on my other live today, I was advising people that came in to give me topics, right in the comments, some topics I could talk about. I mean, if they're gearing to more gay topics or stuff like that, I would love that. But political stuff, I'm not really the political queen. I may say some things because I understand the climate that we're in as queer folk, or part of the alphabet mafia, the ubiquitous community or whatever you want to call it. To talk about more, especially when it comes to love and relationships, when surrounding gay folk, and stuff. I love to talk about those things. So get in the comments, or message me if there is a message thing. Direct message on YouTube. I'm not sure, because I'm still learning to. They switch so much on YouTube. But yes, if it's something that's going on like that, as far as love and relationships, I love talking about that. Um, and for the lack of representation that we, have, for queer people, just add y'all, just add some of the questions, or topics that I could discuss and have answers to. I'm trying to grow my audience on YouTube, just like I did on TikTok, because I'm able to cuss more on here. I'm able to be more of my authentic self on here, and it's fine. So I'm gonna get into the comments. It's just I ain't got my glasses, y'all. I'm as raw and as authentic as I can. So this ain't no written shit. So yeah. Hey, what's up, boo? What do you think about National Socialism? Clarify that, honey. What are your views on women? What you mean, like, be more specific? What you mean, like, for as women? What you mean? Be more specific. Because I love women. Um, I love the fact that they have more so women are saying what they feel, having more of a voice, not being so. They're able to tell people more so, how they have like the gays, girls need love, voicing how they really feel. And I'm saying be more specific because I don't want to just generalize, all women. But I guess the mutual thing that a lot of women have in common, um, because it's supposed to be a man's world, and patriarchy, women definitely, the feminists, or if not even being feminists, fighting to be less seen than a sexual object. If y'all, if you know, you know. Um, Coming out and just because women naturally is going to be. I'm trying not to say the wrong shit. Um, that's why I wanted to be smart, specific. What about women that you want me to talk about? Like what view on women? Because for me, women are women are mentally stronger than men. I would say. Um, because men are taught to be one like linear, be one way. Not being vulnerable, not digging into their sacred femininity, and that it'll become toxic femininity and become toxic masculinity. So women are able to share more of those things and be more comfortable with being vulnerable because they may have more so of a village. Um, and y'all know what I mean by that, or should know. Women, for me, are beautiful creatures, very strong things that y'all could do that men won't most necessarily do. I love the fact that women give put so much love and life into the world. You know what I mean? Um, I know that I may think that gay men may hate, homophobic women may think, or homophobic men may think gays hate women. I'm not one of them. I love women. I'm just not sexually, interested in women. Women are beautiful, beautiful creatures, beautiful. Um, and I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about, emotionally. Talking about um, the essence of women is beautiful. Like the seductress, being able to bring down the strongest man because of, you being that girl. Um, women is just it's live. Women is, and I ain't just really just talking about women being just being able to birth because I know there's women that are barren. Um, like like be more specific about it because it's so much I can really say, but I want to some more specific like view on women, like what I think about this particular thing with women, because now I will say that I have had some women that I know um racial women or whatever that I dealt with. This one particular woman, I'll say, she got on my nerve, but I don't generalize all women because of what she done. I just know I needed a different. I needed a moment from her. But yeah. I mean, I don't know if that directly answer your question. What my view on women. Um, I just know that the fight is not over for women's rights. Roe v. It does not need to be touched anymore. Their body is theirs. It shouldn't be like controlled. Like, oh my god, that's why I'm like, be more specific. Women. I love women. It's just not sexual, so that's I would say my view. But there's still progress that need to be made when it comes to women's rights. The fight is not over. It's probably never gonna be over, because we're still dealing with men that believe women to be of a certain way, for as like traditionalism, um, the tradition, for women being in the house and more the housewife or not having real much of a voice. Now there's some women that love that. Well, not love not having a voice, but being a housewife and stuff like that, just being in the house, and that's fine, girl. But women that being the breadwinners now, I love to see that, and it's so much stuff with that because like for as like being the breadwinner and the husband being more so the um house husband or something, that was something they called it, and a lot of people have a hateful view or their own rhetoric when it comes to that, like men should just be this the provider, and it's not always like that. So I love the progress that's happening now, and it needs to continue because there's some women that are more so the breadwinner and operate from that is breaking the social norms or the gender norms, and that's beautiful to see. That's beautiful to see. So there's more to women than the gender norms or what we used to seeing the traditional stuff, because that's really killing people off. People should be able to express themselves in a different way. You know, the gender norms ain't really, it wasn't never really working. I say what's good, what which is comfortable in your own household. I want to say, but that's my answer. For women, women, Oh, I ain't nobody daddy. I ain't nobody daddy. Good evening, Shred Mafia. What's up? Do I know a Ricardo Santana? Well, I know a Ricardo this too. Salvador. I don't know what y'all got these, you know. I ain't even gonna partake in talking about that. Yeah. But I ain't nobody daddy. I don't give daddy. I don't give nothing like that. And I'm femme presenting. I'm not female presenting. I'm not, trans, even though I love my sisters and stuff. But yeah, I hope that directly answered, somewhat directly answered the question about women and stuff like that. I don't really know the national socialism. I'm not really the political girl. Um, you might have to go be on like make it more plain than that, because I'm not the political girl. Like some things I just won't or can't speak on. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna speak on things I'm not really sure of. I just know the shit fucked up. That's what I know. I know, be as real as possible. Now, the things that's going on for us, the Republicans and stuff like that, for us, y'all definitely voting that orange, you know, muffin in, the office. And I saw the polls where it was like more Hispanic and more white women voting for that horrible, horrible man. Getting exactly what you wanted. Getting exactly what you wanted. Some of y'all are in interracial relationships, and wondering why your person is has been deported because they're Canadian or whatever, or they like all this stuff because y'all believe y'all so focused on getting a damn stimulus check, bitch. I'm like, oh, so y'all just can be bought, just can be bought, just could be bought, and y'all like, oh my god, after all this time, people be telling you, I'm just a girl, but it is what it is. It is unfortunately what it is. But I mean, even though I ain't saying that have if Kamala Harris was voted in, everything would be perfect. No, nothing's ever gonna be perfect. Nothing. And just because you voted him doesn't mean you're a horrible person. No, it's just like you voted, the person is in, you got to deal with it the best way you know how. But don't sit and just complain as if like y'all you just don't want didn't want. Speaking of women, again, because y'all didn't want a woman in the office, just like y'all did to Hillary. Y'all didn't want a woman in office, no matter what race. Probably would have been better to some of y'all because y'all racist. Y'all would prefer Hillary to being there because y'all whitewashed. But we get it. Being racist and prejudiced, is still big and rampant. Still rampant. So yeah, not saying if she would have got in office, it would have been like great. No. Well, great, yes, but perfect, no. So because it would be some black girls that would have definitely looked and be like, oh my goodness. But then, yes, there has been people that were saying that she's not a black woman. So it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Whatever. Y'all got shit. I was about to say Peter Pan. Uh, y'all let y'all got Trump back in there. So girl, he was letting y'all know he ain't Christian. He was letting y'all know he really don't give a damn about women. You know, letting y'all know that. Grab him by the pussy. Y'all still put him in there, like put him in there. So girl, I offer a stimulus check, bitch, and then trying to take away, Social Security and governmental assistance and all this type of stuff. Damn, it is what it is. But I don't want to get on talking about the political stuff when I could be talking about some much better stuff, like BBCs and you know, gay love. Um, who am I trying to date and all that good stuff, which is nobody, because my interest is down. Because people ain't real, like to say the least, like authentic, like, and if they are, um, okay, gay people. I just gotta say, if you queer people, if you know anybody gay, you're gonna be scared if you meet somebody that you know has a good heart, a good spirit, and even if you know what you deserve, you meet somebody like, cause me, I'm a good person, got a good heart, good spirit, like wisdom, all that good stuff. Not perfect, not trying to be, cause that'd be boring or whatever. You meet somebody like me, I would say, that know they self. Not saying that I'm arrogant or anything like that, but if you know, you know. Um, don't let fear stop you from being with that person just because you scared. And it'd be like, what's the point? Why be with someone just because you want to feel safe or like a safety net? That means if you be with somebody just to feel a safety net, you pretty much using that person instead of being with a person that you know that's good, that's going to challenge you to grow. You know, that's what I'm like. people like it's a preference to be with a down low man. If you came so far embracing and love yourself, all the shit you went through just to be with a down low man, just to be with somebody that's gonna keep you a secret, that's stupid to me. That is stupid to me. Then you up here championing, people that are homophobic just because they don't judge, you think they're not judging you just to feel safe. They talking about another queen, another feminine gay person, one of your trans sisters. They're talking about you too. When you piss them off and or disagree with their rhetoric or what they feel or their views on other gay people, and because they barely your friend either. Because as soon as you get out of hindsight, them bitches talk about you too. So the hate and disdain or whatever self hate that you projecting on another gay person, another feminine gay person, you think they're not talking about you? They are talking about you too. But anyway, being with another gay person or somebody's bisexual or somebody that is open, that is a preference. Like preferring, you prefer to maybe to be discreet. Like you are openly gay, but your business, whoever you fucking is discreet or whatever, that's fine. But if you're seen in public with someone, you know, that you love, and y'all can hold hands or whatever, or what have you, because y'all a couple, y'all in love, that's preference, like preferring someone, maybe in your own race, preferring, but choosing, I guess just choosing to be with someone who is on the low. Okay, you can choose, but mm-mm, preferring that on man, because that's just girl. Like you came so far as an openly gay person or openly queer person to be with somebody that's gonna keep you a secret, like because they're ashamed. They are ashamed that like it's so dangerous to be with a down low man. I would never get it. Like I was never trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna turn him out or whatever. Like just I want him to be as straight as possible. No, just because you're masculine doesn't mean you're straight. You want somebody as straight passing, okay. That means you want a more so masculine man. Like yeah, like if you are a gay man that is feminine, you may prefer a man that is masculine. So yeah, but once someone that is straight, if he's straight, he has no business wanting to have sex with you. Now I could say for experimenting, because I feel like everybody should be able to experiment, and I don't want to sound like I'm contradicting myself. Now I believe every man, regardless of race or creed, should be able to experiment. And I be telling black men that every time I get a conversation, if we if their door is kind of slightly open, I let them know if they're like single, if they're a man of a particular age, a black man of a particular age, I would and they're single, and they haven't met the right woman, the right cisgender woman or whatever or what have you. I do ask them, have they ever tried to date men? I do. Have they ever tried to experiment? Now I could tell with their energy, they may be more so fine with, I get a good read on them. I just don't come up to men and be like, have you ever dated a woman before? Have you ever blah, 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 blah. No, it has to be a man of a type of security, like have a certain security about him. Because there's a lot of men that are more so open in a particular age, the more so the older men um, might not necessarily care about what people think about them. You know what I mean? So that makes it easier. Man, fuck, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Now I don't know why this didn't show. I don't know why. Okay, well I like that. I like that, man. Okay, period. I like that. And booty hole. I don't know why they ain't show that. It ain't a bad thing to show. Okay. Well, okay. I mean, y'all subscribe, y'all. Tap the screen, and share the live. Some people may come in because I want to get more deeper into talking about this. You may not stay, but somebody else might. Tap the screen again. Tap the screen. But anyway, girl. I talked to the black men because a lot of black men are restricted, like feel constricted, like they can't do nothing at all. And I don't know who makes the rules about, you know, they just believing everything is gay. Like everything, like the men can't open up and express themselves about being called gay. I be feeling so sorry as much as I should hate, feel hate for a straight man, black straight man or whatever. I don't, cause I could just be. I know it's exhausting being a black man, a black heterosexual man anyway, and I'm not pandering or anything, trying to like have a pity party. It's just seeing like y'all can't do nothing without being called gay. But then at the same time, y'all got projecting that on us because we don't make the rules. Y'all think it's y'all homosexuals, doing this again. This ain't us. We ain't never had that much power. If so, bitch, we would have, it would we wouldn't be going backwards. We wouldn't be going backwards if we had that much power. Like, when has the oppressed really had that much power? Hell, being black, we still ain't got that much power. Y'all still ain't in a seat. We still ain't in a seat. So what the fuck? We are a majority. We are a marginalized group of people too. We are a minority as homosexual, especially if we are black, if we are colored and homosexual, stuff like that. So it's like, girl, I be, telling black men of a particular age. Now it was one that was in his 30s too, that I ended up talking to like that, and I wouldn't even sexually or physically attracted to that man. But if it happened like a movie, it would have been 3 months would have passed by. Consider heterosexual. Because trans women identify as, well, if they identify as a woman, um then you would be considered. And right, my buddy was Dominican, and they had a black trans woman for years, and it was gravy. Okay, that's what's up. Like, I'm trying to wait till my I'm stronger than this, yeah. But yeah, you would still be considered. Okay, let me make sure again. I said that sarcastically, but for real though, I was straight, but I do like trans women, and I to had to choose one lady like nigga that was like I'm bisexual. I mean, she's a trans woman, then you would still be considered heterosexual. But I mean, your sexual orientation is up to you, you know. But if so people won't be like, oh, you confused or whatever. If you were a woman, or people be saying women, and I don't really even like that. If you were a woman, bitch, that identifies as a woman, pronouns are she, her, hers, then you're heterosexual. Still, I mean, it's just I'll be asking, like, okay, if like people be like, trans women are not women, then what the fuck are they? Because they're not robots, and they're not things or whatever. Like, if you see a trans woman as a man, then that means what you have a problem with your man wearing a wig for? Your husband. So that means you don't have a problem with your husband if you see trans women as men in wigs. Then what you have a problem with your man cross dressing for? And cross dressers aren't trans women neither. So I'm like, people got to be people. People choose to be ignorant, like just to have something to say, like. Girl, and then at the same time, we all cross dress. We all cross dress. We all have cross dressed at certain point. We all have, all of us. You know, to an extent, a robe will be considered feminine for females to be wearing, but men wear robes. It just be a different color because the color may be more linear or more, masculine because the colors or whatever. And men, like different cultures, wore kilts that be considered dresses. Men have worn, your forefathers, have worn makeup, lipstick, wigs, um, all that stuff. If y'all look back in history, so it's like get over it. Just get over it, bitch. Oh, it's okay. It's all right. If you said it sarcastically, it really don't. I mean, cool. That's kind of okay. I mean, not necessarily. It could be considered kinky. Could be considered kinky. I mean, it's a lot of men, a lot of straight men that be pegged by their wives. It doesn't make them gay. Just because you like to have something up your butt does not make you gay. It's more so kinky, like a fetish type thing. It's in order to be gay, you have to be into the same sex, just like being straight. In order to be gay, you have to be emotionally, physically, and sexually attracted to the same sex. Not it don't take, just like clothes doesn't make you gay, or or don't make you straight, or don't make you feminine. It just no. It's a vibe. Your vibe, your essence. All that stuff required. Just because I experiment. Just for example, if I have sex with a woman, the deed is straight. Heterosexual sex. And she got pregnant. That doesn't make me gay. That doesn't make me straight. That doesn't make me bisexual. Innately, I'm gay. I'm still gay. I just experimented. Just look at it like that, y'all. They had drag shows, and I mean, so it's like, but it was like during the time of don't ask, don't tell. But y'all, they people act like, they know for a fact there was no Adam and Steve. People ain't just wake up and it was just, oh my gosh, it's gay people out here. It's just been going on for generations, eons, And before colonialism, shit didn't matter. Shit didn't. Not saying it wasn't as taboo as it is now. People ain't give a fuck. Now it's weird to me that people act like they care so much. Like it screams obsession, and it screams like this is the main thing you talk about. This is something you struggle with. It's just be honest. If you like to be fucked in the ass and you are a man, go get fucked in the ass. Don't be trying to make some pop. It's just like a jealous bitch. This bitch is hating on you because you have your own swag, all because they want your swag, but you the only one that know how to pull it off, or they want to try to be you and you can only be you. You like it's shit like that. It's so simple as that. But bitch, if you want to get fucked, get fucked. Stop being concerned about the next person getting what you too afraid to get because you so worried about what everybody else gonna say. Damn, that shit works my pussy. It does. Okay, all this extra stuff. I forgot what NSFW mean. What that mean, girl? All these, all these initials and shit. I ain't finna pretend I know nothing. This is authentic as real as I can get. It doesn't mean I'm slow or late to the party. It's just girl, like it's so much stuff to remember and shit. And then it's 7 o'clock, girl. But yes, I don't know. It's whatever you like. Like however you label yourself. The act, like I said, the act, the deed may make you, or may seem, but you getting paid by a woman or a trans woman that identify as a woman, as a female, you know, you're still heterosexual. You're still heterosexual. Just kinky. You like to be fucked in the booty. It's okay because man prostate is in the butt. The male equivalent to a woman's G spot, a female's G spot is our P spot, our prostate. So you're able to come out of your ass, and that's fine. That doesn't mean that you want a man, a man that identify a gay man. Doesn't mean you want a gay man or a straight man, down low man dicking you down. You know, just as simple as it's not the same dick. I say, So yeah. So you must be from Texas. Oh no. I mean, it may sound like because I have a southern drawl. I'm from Mississippi. Yes, from Mississippi girl. I mean, honey, you know. So yeah, I mean, people. It's just people need to just know how to mind their business and the fake concern that people be having because they just want to have something negative to say, or they may feel away. You know, they may a lot of times they husbands or you know because people don't like to talk about down low women, but I don't want to talk about that right now neither. Um, their husbands may look like the girls, you know, and be like, I'm a real woman. And they instantly go into making themselves just a baby factory because they can have children. They base their sexuality on being a mother. And that's a beautiful thing to be a mother, but it doesn't make you any more attractive than us. You know, everything has a demand to supply. We are, you know, in demand, and then they supply the dick. You know, the only difference is we can't get pregnant. But I have definitely carried a few niggas' kids. But I mean, luckily I didn't couldn't have their kids. Luckily, they we can't get pregnant. And even though that makes sound bad, like I'm insulting women, no, it's just what it is, bitch. Like I have definitely carried some of your baby's daddies, you know, kids in me. The only thing is, it didn't grow. I carried them straight to the toilet, bitch, and flushed them down the drain, which you should have did. A lot of y'all homophobes. Now, if you feel like feel a type of way about what I'm saying, because you may be a homophobic ass bitch. So, just before y'all come in trying to think you can light me up on my channel, on my live, you got life fucked up, bitch. So, yeah, I mean, I've definitely been, a baby mother, father to some of y'all, husbands or whatever. And I have nothing to do with that, honestly, about what your husband or your baby daddy or whatever choose to do once they leave your house, because it's up to them to respect you. It's up to them to uphold y'all relationship being committed to you, not me. Like y'all give so much hell to the side chick or whatever. Now, when it comes to if they knew that y'all was together or something like that, or maybe that, or whatever, they may not, or whatever, whatever. I mean, a lot of times y'all see the red flags and y'all live in denial when you know that your husband is a whore. If you know your husband or wife is a whore, a filthy whore at that, and y'all choose to marry them. The side chick be the smartest for me because they ain't choosing to, well, they be the dumb bitches that think, happy about them leaving the wife or the, whatever for you. There'd be some dumb shit. It'd be like, cause girl, what's no, they do however you get them is how you can lose them. So it be those for me. But I ain't trying to sound like I'm judging. It's just I call a spade a spade. But definitely it's up to your husband or wife there uphold the relationship because y'all are together. It takes two or maybe three if y'all in a poly relationship, but that's still messy to me. I don't know, but being if you're two people together and y'all have this understanding or whatever, it's up to them to uphold the relationship. Whoever, when y'all leave the threshold of your home or whatever, it's up to that person to uphold the relationship. It's not up to any side bitch to uphold y'all relationship. You ain't married you ain't married them. Like it's not up to them. How you expect something from a bitch that you don't know? You should respect my relationship. No, no. Why they gotta respect you in your voice? It should be up to your person that now if they get like for us like to an extent disrespectful, like coming at you, trying to fight you over your man, and at the same time, hopefully you have enough security to know that your man is faithful to you. Now you can have okay. Let me speak on this a little more because right now, even if you are gay or whatever, I don't feel like I should be checking my man's phone. I don't feel like I should have to. It's the trust and stuff should be built. Like we should have been worked this out. That's why I don't want to move fast in a relationship. I want that person. I should have a good sense. It's some things you should innately know, like the love at first sight. I should get a good read of this person's spirit. It should feel like we mesh. It should feel if that person is the one. I could have this person. person be around, if I'm not there, I should be able to trust them at home without me. I should be able to trust when they out that they are respecting the relationship. Now, I may not trust other people, other bitches or whatever, but trusting my man, my king, I should know that. I should know because the thing y'all got this thing. The thing is with relationships, with love and relationship, girl, y'all should have built this bond, have this bond. Y'all should have built this stuff, this foundation in y'all relationship. That's where a lot of people get shit fucked up. Yeah, I'm single, but I know what I want and I know what I need for the most part. I would definitely need that trust, that bond, that foundation, that unbroken foundation there, because I would know if my man is capable of, you know, I know who he is. You know, you should know who your person is. You shouldn't have to check your person's phone. You should not have to check their phone. You being innately knowing who you are, that love, you know your word. Now, you're not going to know everything, but you can see having that, you know what I mean. Y'all should know what I mean. If you can't trust this person, trust it is built. It is built. And in that person's spirit, you could tell this person is uh, not for you. You a lot of times people you see this. Oh, even on the first day, I don't give a damn when you met this person. You can tell this person could be naturally flirtatious. It's no harm in their flirtation. It's nothing wrong flirting, but you could tell how this person will go, or they'll tell on themselves. That luckily that's how it's going these days, and you see it. Now, some people may not get what I'm saying, like being empathetic, sensing things about a person, like looking in people's eyes and tell like the windows to their soul. Definitely, the eyes is the windows to a person's soul. If I can't trust it, if I don't feel safe with you, if I don't feel like I can trust you around other people, I'm not gonna be with you. I give people jobs. If you not saying you want to get to know me and you giving me dry conversation, you can only be my fuck buddy. Cause you ain't trying to get to know me. You ain't asking questions. I'm asking questions and all this stuff. If it's not mutual, then I'm giving you that job. Cause I'm gonna be bored with you. And if I can see myself cheating on you, the only thing you're gonna be for me is my fuck buddy or my friends with benefits. I can't go nowhere with you because you don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to talk. You're giving that you could really just slip and fuck somebody else at any moment. So I trust my instincts rather than yours. Now, that's just me. I'm not gonna be making something out of nothing when this person is not mutual. I ask a lot of questions, so I'll know up front. The first day, I'm asking questions. Now, if you can't answer my questions, bitch, there's no use for me to being with you. I ain't forcing shit. I ain't forcing you over here, especially if you came to me. Just know I'm asking questions I need to know. And I'm gonna ask you same questions, maybe in different ways. I need to know what you here for. Why are you here? Cause I'm not gonna be questioning nothing. You told me this thing that you don't cheat. Nah, people may have their own version definition of cheating. What they consider cheating, and we're gonna address that. I'm asking all the questions I should be asking on a date in public, or what date at my motherfucking house, wherever it's at, bitch. Be prepared for the questions. Y'all got to do y'all due diligence when y'all are dating people. That's why it's important to date people and ask all the questions. If they're not willing to answer these questions, now it may be something if you're talking about personal things for us like a family member that died or a sibling that passed away. Certain on that level, they may not answer. That's fine. You know what questions to ask. Should or people may not. I'm not say should because some people might not have the skill set to date, and a lot of us as gay people and straight, but I'm talking to gays, talking to the queers, the homosexuals, honey. We may not have the skills a lot of times that the heterosexuals may have because they were able to do damage control. They were able to date, able to find out their likes and dislikes. We was too busy living a double life or hiding, or most of us, especially where it's religious, we weren't able to find out that stuff. So we're 30, 20 plus or whatever, still dating from a teenager's, age. We still catching up, healing and loving ourselves and all this type of stuff. So when we do meet someone or, you know, are comfortable with our, ourselves. We be in our late 30s, our mid to late 30s, you know, still trying to find someone to be with, still trying to find love that we missed growing up, authentic love, health and being having a healthy relationship. That's why it's important to do damage control on yourself and try to heal. Seek all the type of help you can and become, get your degrees and become psychologists and counselors. And I know I'm saying a lot, but it's important to see us. It's important to have representation. It's important for us to see ourselves on TV so we'll know, because there's gonna be gay people. Y'all can't stop that. Y'all, it's gonna be queer folk. Y'all can't stop that. Everybody is deserving of love. It's not harming you. We're not harming y'all. For the most part, everybody had their bad seeds, just like straights. Heterosexuals, y'all been fucking up this planet since Adam and Eve. So shut the fuck up. Y'all still haven't got it right since Adam and Eve, bitch. Y'all religious folk. So let's be clear. If y'all had it all the answers, the world would not be what it is today. If everybody's supposed to be straight, bitch, y'all still haven't figured out all these kids being molested for the most part is from straight presenting individuals. So please don't come over here with that. Y'all got all the motherfucking answers, bitch. Being black and man in Mississippi must be tough, or I'm straight or ignorant. To a degree, yes, but I don't really have people walking up thinking they're going to throw hands to me or whatever, because it is most a Republican state. And if you haven't seen the Mississippi burning, they want that to come back. They want Jim Crow laws to come back, all this type of bullshit. But the thing with me is, I ain't picking shit. I ain't picking a motherfucking thing, bitch. Nothing. So, I'm definitely prepared for war. I still gotta give me some guns and stuff, but definitely prepared to off somebody's son or daughter or whatever if they come over here with that ignorant shit. I'm ready for all that. I've been ready for, what they call that type of movie, for that alarm to go off, the purge. I've been ready. I've been waiting for the purge because I already got a list. A list, bitch, and I'm checking it twice, bitch. So anyway, I had a homosexual girl, especially if we are, black and gay or whatever, or gay and black or whatever, intersectional. I'm all me at one time, all me. So yeah, it's hard for us to date, especially if we are black and wanting black gay love. It's hard to meet someone, because me, even though I'm open to dating other races, I only attract black men, and I love black men. I love my black men, honey. Um, Whether they straight or not, and I don't really go for like straight. If they straight, they're straight, they're straight. But me, I love black men. I love black men. Y'all tap the screen now and get in these comments. Share this live, and you might not stay, but somebody else might. But yeah, I can only see myself with a black man. As much as I've been hurt by black men. The first one was my father, not necessarily because he was there. He wasn't there. He was mostly in prison my whole life. So yes, I have had issues with when it have come to my father. They'd be like, father this home, as jabs or whatever. But I'm like, okay, bitch, and your father was there, and you know, coming at me. So, bitch, you should be happy about that. That should be a blessing to you. It's just like bullying people for the lack thereof. Bitch, if you have it all together, then what the hell you worry about somebody that doesn't? If I got all this money in the world, I'm not worrying about no broke bitch. Like, it gives that. Like, so that means your house was not as sweet as possible. If you feel like you have to, if you have it all, I feel like you the weakest bitch. Like, you have no struggle. You have no, when you lose everything, you ain't gonna know what the fuck to do. So to be the ones that have or get everything or spoon fed are the ones that's gonna struggle the most. If the apocalypse happen, bitch, you ain't gonna know what to do. It be the ones that has that have a testimony. That's the ones that gonna triumph. The survivors are always the ones that are last will be first. So yeah, be careful with y'all words, bitch. Just cause you have it all, when you lose it, you ain't gonna know what the fuck to do. For us that don't have it, we can't miss what we never had. It is what it is, bitch. Karma is a bitch. And yes, I'm gonna laugh. But yeah, as I said, I'm white and dated a black girl, but worked the free service with Latinos. I was open with my shit. And I mean, that's how I be. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with being white and dating outside of your race. That's beautiful. You know, it only becomes a problem for me if white people pander. Like you feel like you have to be, in order to make me feel comfortable, doing something out of the ordinary. Yeah, play the music you play. Just we may have different for us cultural differences, but that's fine. I like person if I'm dating outside my race, I expect the difference for the person to just be them, and we probably cohabitate and learn from each other. That's the only thing for us. Like it becomes a little weird dating outside of the race because a lot of times, you know, the other race may feel like they have to pander or it becomes forced. Like you don't have to play rap music. Not saying you, but if I'm dating outside my race, I expect them to be them. I don't feel like they have to speak a certain way or you know just because because like they say a lot of people think ghetto equates to being black or something like that. Like no, you know like we the only ones have lived in projects or anything like that. No, so it's like that. That's how I be like it's exhausting dating outside your race because it's you have to explain certain stuff that dating inside your race you wouldn't have to explain. Like you have to explain your texture of your hair, your culture, you know, why you're not able to be exposed to certain things that they may be able to because they may not, they may be on some I don't see color type bullshit when it's bullshit. You know, you're gonna see color, but the thing is, it's a beautiful thing to see color in a sense, like because I don't want to just see just one color or one race. We're all here. That's why I love diversity, so I can get a taste. Like I would like to taste other people's food to see if they may season a certain way or try like like Asian cuisine or stuff like that, like stuff. You know. So I love diversity. I don't want to just see one, but at the end of the day, I want to definitely wake up to one for the rest of my life. So that's a preference. I mean, I love love that. So it's beautiful, regardless of not or not. It's just at the end of the day, I feel like I love. I know at the end of the day, I want a black man, a black king, honey. It's just something about them. And I mean, man, for the essence of a man is beautiful anyway, especially if he's mask or femme. The essence of a man, just a man, period. Just a man, just being a man, honey. Whichever form. Just the fact that he's a man, girl. And stuff. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. It's just something about girl. But I love black man. I definitely love black man. I'm gonna have to get my teeth whitened. But anyway, it may sound like, oh my God, he don't like other. No, that's not it. It's just, I mean, I don't see why people take like how I'm talking about it. Men, I'm a gay man that loves men. It wouldn't be like, oh, you're a gay man that just love black men. No, I'm a homosexual, gay. But black man, honey, it's just, I don't know. Even though I had ran into this crazy ass, what he went crazy. It's just he was projecting. It made him come off as crazy, but he was still fine as hell. Still a black man. And I see, the things that black men have to deal with because I'm still a black man myself. You know, it's no different. I'm still a black man myself, just gay. So I deal with the same stuff that a black straight man would deal with. I just handle it differently because I've been gay since I knew the word. So yeah, it's like that. It's like what her previous dude was black and he the shit out of her and ended up in prison. I'm just trying to good. I mean, unfortunately, that happens, but I also too want to make clear too that just because you're a black man doesn't equate to you, being in prison or it. or lack thereof. I mean, it's still a lot of stuff that may be available to you as a white man. It's not available to a black man. It's still going on. Racism and prejudice is still rampant. For as it still we operate off of white patriarchy, or it's still battles as black people we still face because civil rights didn't end everything. We still have to fight for still basic human rights as black people. But I didn't want to talk about the political side of things. But it seemed like unfortunately or unfortunately, oxymoron, or whatever. Um, because I ain't trying to sound like a contradiction or nothing like that. But that it's gonna end up talking. We're gonna end up talking about race. It's gonna happen. It's like and I hate the fact, not hate necessarily, but it could but then same time black men are the most hated but the most sought after, the most sought after. And unfortunately, like, this is due to slavery and we still feel the effects of slavery. And another reason why I would say, before I get into that, I can't really get into dating other outside of race, or especially like white men in a sense, because if he ain't gonna acknowledge slavery or acknowledge the dark history in America, then we definitely can't have a relationship. We can't. I don't want to be with someone around people outside my race that just be like, oh, y'all should get over it. I read this one. He said he was uh, he's an Eskimo. I'm like Canadian. I'm like, you still are white presenting, so you still gonna get we get pulled over. I told, for example, since he was talking about layman's terms like I was slow or unintelligent, or that's another thing with a lot of white men being passive aggressive or condescending. You know, I can't deal with because I'm a real bitch. So they may think I don't. We may not know words because we might be. The stereotype is that we're uneducated, and what is feared more so than being a thug with white people. Generally white men, or whatever. Since it's a white man's world still, but that's coming down. Is that they feel that but they're afraid of black men that are educated versus being a thug. They expect us to be thugs, gangsters, and be in prison, or being a black man equates to being in prison and stuff like that, and which is a shame because history teaches us that white men still. I mean, Columbus, Christopher Columbus discovered, stole everything that was invented by us when it comes to being in America. By us, even down to the vaccines. Us. There will be no America without us. So, when, Hispanics or any other race or Arab come here, they come and get what our ancestors, you know, built. Even down to the music. Rock and roll, us. Country, us. All this, us. Popular, R&B, us. Our culture. And from biblical stuff, from a religious standpoint, you know, anything to do with voodoo, all that is seen as bad. It's not. It's in black culture. So if you are a black in the black community, when you do see this live, because I'm going to share it, all this stuff is innately us. And then they don't want, supremacists don't want us to know about our culture. It's so much deeper than the stereotype. And I want black people to know how great they are. That's why I'm like, I'm gonna always want, I only see myself with a black man because I need to speak life into somebody's black son. Into somebody's son, I need to speak life into that man. And I innately love him in a sense. Like, it may sound crazy, but it's deep for me with black men. I love black men. Not all of them I'm gonna lay down with. No, no. But black man is definitely gonna be my husband before it's all said and done because I need to speak life into him. he needs to hear this. He needs to hear how lovely, how beautiful he is as a person. And I hope soon I get to do that because beauty fades. So I want to be able to take pictures with him. It's deep when I say everything I say has a deep meaning to it. When I be with a black king, a black man, I need to be able to be the one to build him up and to know that he's still gonna be there to catch me when I slip and fall, when I need that, and I feel like he's strong enough as a black man to do so. Yes, I had to say that. I had to get out of my chest, honey. A black king. We need because we were taught, they were during slavery, to breed, just to breed. That's why they say, "Oh, black men is they in prison." That's one thing that would piss me off. Black men, most black men are in prison, like sought to be thugs and gangsters, but they learned it from the best. Europeans have done that for centuries, stolen things, throwing temper tantrums, just and fear things that they fear, they try to destroy. Throwing these temper tantrums, can't even control that, get mad at simple shit just because people don't agree with them. We're definitely taught, like European, white, Caucasian, usually y'all really don't love yourself for the most part, and I've seen it. I see it. We know what it is. I definitely know what it is. So, I can't deal with dating someone that's more likely, if they're not being they self, or do they really know they self? Because if you ain't getting it from the mud, like if you ain't get it yourself, instead of it being generally, generation, passed down to you through the generations, when to that prime one, that ancestor of your, I say lineage because it's a difference. That in its shade, yes, because. But anyways, I know it's not all, but for the most part, girl, we gotta be real now. That we still wouldn't given the things our ancestors worked for that was promised to us. So it's things. I can't be giving myself to race people that I was, if they was choosing, I would be locked up and locked away, being in prison. They're not crazy. Yes, exactly. And that's facts. But it's like for I can't. Like there's it's black men is the most hated. I have to say it again, most hated, but the most sought after. The world is so obsessed with the black man and the black women, of course. You know, we know what it is. So of course I'm gonna love a black man. I'm not here to tear a black man down. Every other race is taught to hate the black man, and you think, and I mean, I'm not gonna have the black man thinking that I'm another person that hates him, breaking him down. And I would never, never get with another race and make them feel like they're better than my black man, than my black king, or they're better than a black woman. Oh, you're so much better. Mm-mm. No, no, baby. Mm-mm. And I ain't saying that it works. No, but I'm saying I'm gonna be speak life into my black kings, regardless of how he may see me. He may hate me, but he was taught to hate me. So I'm never gonna talk down on a black man to another race. I'm never gonna never let. I would never ever let a white man call me whatever, or call him king or whatever. I'm never gonna do that. I'm never going to do that because it needs to be taught. It's gonna take a lot, but I'm willing to go through with a king that black king that wants to try, because white men were able to have that, to feel like kings. So it's hard for me to have pity for it's like, okay, we're human. Yes, we're human, and we have that in common. But how we were raised, a lot of time, unless you was more so trailer trash or something like that, we won't have that to relate to each other. We're human, yes, Homo sapiens, yes, but lived experiences are different. But to be with a white man or any other race, a man um, to not acknowledge the history or to probably act like it should be brushed off or try to manipulate the situation where a lot of the other race is known to do as if we don't know or if we ain't able to talk about the real shit, we can't have a conversation. We can't even be together. Keep on, queen. Again. I know, honey, that you're speaking from a southern perspective. Black men ain't treated like that up north. Who says I haven't traveled? Thank you. Innately, they're going to be treated this way. Not saying to this degree, but at the end of the day, we have seen even with far as presidential elections that the we only had one black male president, and we almost had one black female, even though they say she wasn't black or whatever as president. So the it's still ingrained in us as human, regardless of how they may be treated a little differently up north. Innately, they're not black people. Black men don't hold the seats. This is internet. I want to say internet, like internet is a global situation when it comes to black people. Regardless, I may sound southern, we may, country, or I may not sound like a country bumpkin, but still, no, maybe not to this degree, but white man, a black man will not hold that seat, like that, because they don't have the resources that a white man, may hold, or, it's still the same, still. He may be able to, in up north, they may be able to have more, um, degrees or maybe are able to have a little bit more resources than I would have since I'm in, the deep crack ass of that South. Still. So it's still the same. Still. He's because the fact that he's a black man, still. His ass gonna be came after too. Still. So I get what you're saying. But you don't have the lived experience to really just get deep into it to be like, that you would know for facts, because innately deep in us as black people, I'm not gonna say every single thing, but because what's understood doesn't have to be explained in those sentiments. That's why I don't just because white or other races may do something that is in dance is like in black culture. I'm not inviting them to the cookout. The cookout that we went. Oh, invited to the cookout. No, no, because y'all ain't gonna invite us to the damn potlucks and shit. How would you know though? Like, have you spoken to? And then at the same time, the general blacks up north or whatever, like just because it's like, okay, this is the thing, systematic racism, all this stuff like could be like hidden in a sense. Ain't nobody being beaten. Like I don't want you to think like nobody being like, but there's still lynchings going on in Mississippi. Lynching is still legal. So it's like things that you may not like talk on a daily basis with these people, or if they even telling you, because this thing we still have code too. But anyway, um, that there's people that are treated this way. It's still a difference. It's still gonna be a difference, and you know, it's still a difference. It's just um what it is. And do you live like, hey, do you live more so where it's diverse, or do you live more so where there's white people? Because this stuff is important where your own race is, because we still live in a separate but equal economy. We may go out and see each other. Hey, you might walk past, but when you go home, where do you live? Do you live somewhere where you may walk? Wait, you gonna wake up and see? black people? Or do you go where it's like, because it's different between having a shared and lived experiences. Like, we have in the culture where our mostly, we can see one black mother on TikTok, for example, and she describes all our mothers because we were raised damn near the same. So how he may be, they may be treated a little different because it's the North, because they was open to slavery, was, you know, maybe abolished earlier, and it's almost damn near pretty much going on down here, still going on down here. Still, the systematic racism has to deal with. Still, you know, so it's still those things have to deal with. But I don't have to go on explaining and stuff to you because at the end of the day, you're still white, and you know that's fine. But it's the stuff that they'll know what I mean. So you know, like I told another person that was white, can't tell me how it is to be black. At the end of the day, no matter if you grew up around these people or not, innately things that they are up against, I would know. I'm not living on like the live experiences we live the same. Just because it's certain societal things where y'all are at, they may be a little different. Because you know, like I said, slavery was abolished at different times. You know, than us. The live experience is pretty much the same, but I'm just a little different. Just a little different. It's different because I'm gay. You know, but yeah, still, you still operate as a white presenting male. And it still would be different that you get pulled over, you still act the ass. They could not. You know, it's still that difference. It's the same like the same person that I was talking to that was white trying to tell me how it is being black. He still operate just to things you may be able to say with them. They may have given you the right, you know, you could say the N word in front of them. Doesn't mean that you would be able to come into my neighborhood or talk to me the same way. Like that, you're still white. You know, you still have advantages that we wouldn't. So that's another reason why I couldn't. Cause you know, you not saying you are be arguing with me about it. It's just you was trying to, you know, you will still be trying to make your point clear. We worry about neighborhood and not white. Hey, but at the end of the day, you know, still wouldn't be able to tell me, you know, how to be black or, you know, what it's like being black or whatever, because you don't have that lived experience. Now the sharing of you may see, okay, they may have had government cheese or, you know, have been labeled in the, you know, project, or, you know, may see how, you know, they get treated that way, but you wouldn't. It would be a forced thing when it comes to you if you was going to like maybe I want to say a riot, a march or something like that. We were fighting for some rights. It would be a more so of a not a less of a challenge for you as a white man than it would be for a black person. These things are saw are seen. You know, of course, it is what it is. You know, but it have to be careful because it be, you know, they may call you, I want to say, I'm just going to say a wigger, you know, white nigga, you know, or nigger lover or whatever, you know, the stuff's still going on, and they may look you a different way, but the thing is, it may be a choice for you to leave your family and choose to be with us. The black man wouldn't have a choice. That would be the only thing that would irritate me. You know, a white man, white people growing up with black people and be like, oh, I know the struggle. I know what it feel like to be, you know, to a degree, yeah. But you still wake up and you're still white and you still get those advantages because of, you know, what it stems from, the slavery, and because innately we know this stuff. Supposed to know this stuff. So you know, what thing pissed me off with him was trying to tell me how to be a black man or what I should feel comfortable with as a black man. I'm like, oh no, sweetie, no, you can never do that ever, because your great grandmother wasn't raped, had no power, had no voice, couldn't even say no, was raped and had mixed children that were bastards. Ain't no way in hell your great grandfather wasn't raped. His manhood wasn't taken. That's why a lot of black heterosexual people feel that it's wrong to be homosexual because they feel like it's a white thing because they know that their great grandfather was raped. Their manhood was taken. There was actually machines, technology that was made to spread a black man's ass cheeks wide, to take everything from that black man to feel him less of a man. That's what they feel like. Me as a black gay man innately is a sin or is a damn is abomination because they did that to my great grandfather, taking his manhood away. They would fuck the white. That's why they feel like it's a white thing to be gay, to be homosexual, because these people were evil. They will rape us, will rape our ancestors. So it's a lot that we ain't supposed to know that people don't want to talk about. They don't want to have in schools because they know how horrible, how much they dehumanized my ancestors to make it feel like it's nothing. And that's why I don't want to get into all that stuff because it's easy to get angry. And a lot of white people feel like, oh, they was crying because they don't want their children to know this stuff because how it affects us. They are afraid that we're going to switch up and do the same thing. Have we done that? No, because we have the capacity to know what love is. And still to this day, spread love. Still to this day, as angry as we are, we still have not did anything to harm any other race, but we are the most hated race on the planet. So I don't need nobody. As much as we cool, we have a conversation. No other race, a man, especially a white man, telling me what's going on in black neighborhoods, because it will never be a level experience for you guys. It would never be like just to acknowledge, but on a level to be like, I understand because I live this. You do not. So yeah, I'm just saying. It just is what it is. It's just not, it's just when it comes to black stuff like that, I feel like shouldn't be no, like, that don't mean everything shouldn't be talked about. When we talk about Black Lives Matter, I'm not talking about all lives matter. I'm talking about Black Lives Matter. Because inventing all this shit and not getting nothing for it, other races could come and stuff, we still have not done. That's the fear. The fear in white people innately. When you have fear, innately, history has shown a white man having fear, they seek to destroy because they don't understand. That's been taught. That's been and then throw tantrums because of disagreements or having to. No, I'm sick of it. I can't. Like I'm not angry. It's just irritating because, you know, it's just I'm like I can't. I prefer black men, other black men. I'm gonna have to speak into a black man because of him being brought up the generational curse of feeling like he ain't shit. So he ends up in prison. It's so much deeper than he a man, oh he's a thug, a gangster, and that's the difference between me and you or someone else that is white. Because I would see because y'all would say it's an excuse. Y'all know how much damage control, how much therapy is needed for one black person, really, because we taught to be this one way. Black men were taught to be breeders. They had to fight to the death, like being like the chickens you see, Chicken George or some chicken like that. Like we were taught to breed, taught to fight and kill each other to be dehumanized, seen as animals. We have to take, we going based off of what we have to learn. See, oh, okay, it's okay. That's why it's so, but it may take somebody from the north that weren't necessarily brought up the way we were, but innately ingrained in us because they are black as well and still face a lot of the same challenges we do just because if they're in a different like part of the, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They still black. Still. That's all I'm trying to say. They still black. It's still things that they, well, challenges and hurdles they're gonna have to face because they are black. No matter where it's the north or the south, the east or west, or both combined, it's still they're gonna be treated the same. It's like the darker the berry, the most hateful, hurtful shit gonna happen to them. So yes, I'm gonna be with a black man. I say all that to say I'm gonna be with a black man, a black king, honey, because I wanna be another person to speak life. What I know, what he may not know, because he was taught that he supposed to be dumb, he ain't supposed to be reading, all he supposed to do is worry about his sex, his dick, because he was taught, that the black man is only his damn near his only his dick and to be treated to be fetishized, only to be fucked, not married. But a lot of, outside racists feel towards black men that they only supposed to be fetishized. I'm gonna tell him that's not true. You are husband material. And you need to know that. A lot of black men do not know their self-worth. A lot of black men do not know that. So they feel like it's okay to be someone's baby daddy or to be someone like a lot of white men, like they taught to hate black men when y'all always been hating. Like, why would you want to be another white man to do that? Not saying it's you, but I'm saying like associate black men with being in prison and all that type of stuff. I'm so sick of that shit. Like, no, I can't. So they feel like, yeah, you just spit at a black man and spit on. Hell nah. No. Hell fuck no. So yeah. I'm gonna always let a black king know he's a black king, even though he might look at me away. And no, I'm still gonna let his ass know. I'm gonna handle him up, and let him know I'm not your enemy. I'm I might not even be your lover or your friend, but I love you, bruh. I love you. And let you know you are a black king. You are a king. Love yourself. So yeah, it's that. It's just that. I oh, what's that? Oh, what's up, bro? I saw the stage. My eyes bad. Let me see. You said check my messenger. I'm gonna try to see. Let me see. I saw, but my eyes bad. I gotta get some more glasses. But yeah, At the end of the day, I can't wait to meet my future husband, honey. Girl, can't wait. But I was close. I felt like I was close to meet my future husband. It's just he was too scared and started projecting on me, girl, and stuff like that. But he came correct those 3 times. Maybe he'll come correct, again. Because I'm like, I ain't even think about dating nobody because how he came to me, how he was courting me, he was so sweet. We worked together. He was built how I like him, and it was going good. It's just certain things he did just kind of put a taste in my mouth that I was just like, oh, like like no. But I mean, I have to stand on business. I have to stand on business when it comes to him, because that's the only reason, or with anyone. Because if I don't, if I let him think that it's okay, or whatever, to treat me a certain way, he's gonna continue to do it. So I have to stand on queen business when it comes to that. And I feel you, bro. I hear what you're saying. I'm trying. I'm trying. Oh yeah, and make sure you like the video I had put the Donnell Jones where I want to be. Like, can you share that or something, or at least just put a view. Not a view, but I put a view. Shit, what I'm talking about. Leave a comment because I'm gonna be trying to focus. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and get off here, guys. My connection started to act up, but y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Um, I'm gonna try to be back maybe tomorrow morning or something like that. So just stay tuned and subscribe. All right, you guys, have a nice evening.